Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 3 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 3 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter division. The lessons we're going to cover today are divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10, divisibility rules for 3, 6, and 9, and divisibility rules for 4 and 8. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 3 math. The chapter we're on right now is division. Let's just start with the lesson that is divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10. So the first thing you need to learn here is what are the divisibility rules, right? So divisibility rule is a short method to find whether if a given number is divisible by another number without division. Yeah, you just have to examine the digits. So for every number, the divisibility rule is different. For example, the first one we are on right now is 87 divisible by 2? So you have to see if 87 is divisible by 2, you need to learn the divisibility rule for 2. So the divisibility rule for 2 is the ones digit is either 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. I'm going to write the divisibility rule for 2 over here. You can note them down on your notebook. Make sure when you are working with math, you must have your notebook and pencil because you cannot do math without notebook and pencil orally. No, you cannot. Ones digit of a number is either 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, right? So just look at the digit 87. The ones digit in the number is, hold on. The ones digit in the ones digit is 7. So that means no, the number is not divisible by 2. The ones digit is 7. So 87 is not divisible by 2. Okay, the next example is 66 divisible by 10? So you need to learn now the divisibility rule by 10. So the divisibility rule for 10 is ones digit is either 0 or sorry, the ones digit must be 0, not either. If the ones digit is 0, that means the number is divisible by 10. Ones digit must be 0, right? So the given number is 10, sorry, 66. The ones digit is 6. No, that means that is not divisible by 10. Got it? Okay, just look at the third example, that is 13 divisible by 5? So the divisibility rule for 5 is the ones digit must be 0 or 5. Either 0 or 5. Got it? So the number is 13. The ones digit is 3. That means no, that is not divisible by 5, right? Now let's just start with the test questions. We have the divisibility rule for 2, 5 and 10. Okay, is 25 divisible by 2? The correct option is no, the ones digit is 5. 1 is not any 5 is not any one number. So the correct option is no. Is 55 divisible by 5, which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, it is, because the divisibility rule for a 5 is the ones digit must be 0 or 5. So the ones digit is 5 here. So yes, 55 is divisible by 5. Is 50 divisible by 5? That is, yes, it is. The ones digit is 0, so 50 is divisible by 5. Is 69 divisible by 2? The correct option is no, 69 is not divisible by 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Is 90 divisible by 10? Yes, it is. Option number 1 is the correct option because the ones digit is 0. So 90 is divisible by 10. Is 87 divisible by 2? No, 87 is not divisible by 2 because the ones digit is not an even number. Is 90 divisible by 5? Yes, it is. 90 is divisible by 5. Is 50 divisible by 10? Yes, it is. 50 is divisible by 10. Got it. Is 33 divisible by 2? Yes, it is. 33 is divisible by, sorry, 33 is not divisible by 2. The correct option is no. Is 70 divisible by 10? Yes, it is. 70 is divisible by 10. Is 13 divisible by 5? The correct option is no. 13 is not divisible by 5. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So let's just move on to next lesson. So let's just start with the next lesson, that is divisibility rules for 3, 6 and 9. So let's just start with the lesson. Is 36 divisible by 9? So now you need to learn the divisibility rule for 9. So the divisibility rule for 9 is if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, the number is divisible by 9. Here is the pen. Sum of digits of a number must be divisible by 9, right? So just look at the digits. The number is 36. Just add 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6 makes 9. And 9 divided by 9 is 1. So that means 36 is divisible by 9. Got it? Let's just start with the okay, the next example is 70 divisible by 6? So the divisibility rule for the divisibility rule for 6 is the number must be divisible by 2 and is divisible by 3. So if a number is divisible by 2 and divisible by 3, that means the number is divisible by 9, right? And we know that the divisibility rule for 2 is the ones digit must be 0, and the divisibility rule for 3 is the sum of the number is divisible by 3. Let's just start with the test questions. Is 82 divisible by 6? So let's just see if 82 is divisible by 6. So the divisibility rule for 6 is the number must be divisible by 2 and it must be divisible by 3. So let's just apply the divisibility rule for 2. The ones digit is 2, the number is divisible by 2. Now check if the number is divisible by 3. The divisibility rule is the sum of the numbers must be divisible by 3. 11 is divisible by 3? No. That means the number is not divisible by 3. So the correct option is no, because the number is divisible by 2 but is not divisible by 3. The correct option is no. Is 81 divisible by 9? So the divisibility rule for 9 is add the number of add the digits. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 is divisible by 9. Yes, it is. 9 divided by 9 is 1. So that means yes, 89 is sorry, 81 is divisible by 9. If the sum of the number is divisible by 9, so that means yes, the number is divisible by 9. The correct option is yes, 81 is divisible by 9. Is 51 divisible by 3? The correct option is you need to add the digits. 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, and 6 is divisible by 3 because 3 times 2 is 6. So that means yes, it is divisible by 3. The correct option is yes, 51 is divisible by 3. Is 70 divisible by 6? So let's just see if the number is divisible by 2 and is divisible by 3, right? So 70 is divisible by 2. Yes, because the one digit is 0. Now let's check for the 3. 7 plus 0 is 7 and 7 is not divisible by 3. So the number is not divisible by 6. The correct option is no. The correct option is no. Option number 2 is the correct option. Is 13 divisible by 9? The correct option is no. 13 is not divisible by 9. Is 12 divisible by 3? Yes, it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. Is 27 divisible by 9? Yes, it is. 27 is divisible by 9. Very good. Is 81 divisible by 6? The correct option is no, 81 is not divisible by 6. Very good. Oh, yes. Is 51 divisible by 9? The correct option is no. 51 is not divisible by 9. The correct option is no. Is 90 divisible by 9? Is 90 is divisible by 9? Yes, it is. 90 is divisible by 9. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The divisibility rule for 4 and 8 is 384 divisible by 8. So the divisibility rule for 8 is if the last three digits of the number is divisible by 8, the number is divisible by 8. That is also three-digit number, right? You have to see if 384 is divisible by 8. Yes, it is divisible by 8, right? That means the number is divisible by 8. The next one is 616. So the number that formed by the last three digit, if that is divisible by 8, the number is divisible by 8. So 616 is divisible by 8. Rule for the 4 is if the number formed by the last two digits is divisible by 4, the number is divisible by 4. For example, here you have 30. 30 is not divisible by 4, so the correct option is no, the number is not divisible by 4. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Is 632 divisible by 8? So which is the correct option? So you have 32. The last two digit is 32. 32 is divisible by 4. Yes, it is. 4 times 8 is 32. So the correct option is yes, the number is divisible by 4. Is 993 divisible by 8? I think no. No, 998 is not divisible by 8. Is 169 divisible by 4? No, 169 is not divisible by 4. Is 528 divisible by 8? No, that isn't. Yes, it is. Do not guess the answers. That's for you too and me too. Is 921 divisible by 4? The correct option is no. 921 is not divisible by 4. Is 280 divisible by 8? Yes, it is. 280 is divisible by 8. The correct option is yes, 804 is divisible by 4. Is 453 divisible by 4? No. The correct option is no. The correct option is yes, 840 is divisible by 8. Okay, we are done with the lesson. So we were working on grade 3 math. Chapter we were working on is division. The lessons we are going to have covered today are divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10, divisibility rules for 3, 6, and 9, and then divisibility rule for 4 and 8. The divisibility rule is very important lesson. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions you can please ask if you have any. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? Okay, then that's all for today.